When you're falling, I'll be there above all.
At some point, it does become kind of wet, and the area that you're climbing down clangs like the steps become like corrugated metal. Well, not corrugated, they're kind of like perforated metal you sometimes see on outdoor stairs.
Yep. Where it's
And
kind of like a hole in it.
yeah. And you have and like the inside of this now has like hatches. It looks like you have like it looks like you're on a ship at this point now. You keep going down until you get to his apartment floor, which is just kind of this dingy hallway. And you come up to his door, and it's just like a hatch.
Scrap will look at Axiom and Firebrand and go, I say we start with your way, and if anything happens, knock 3 times.
On the ceiling if we want you? Got it. Alright. So that reference went over people's head. But, clang, clang, clang.
Clang, clang, clang. And on the inside, you hear like a sharp, like rustling jolt and like a clang sound. And the guy like, fuck! And then like some more rustling around. Somebody walking towards the door. And the door's gonna open a crack, and you can see like the chain there. Guy peers out, and he's like, and I can see it's like a sliver of his face. He's like, no solicitors.
Hi, Gregory Sampson, HR. We're here to talk to you about work.
What? I didn't violate my probation. Go away.
It's not about that. Do you mind if we come inside? It'll be just a minute. Just a minute of your time, I guarantee you.
All right. And he's gonna open up the door as he shoves something into his waistband. Make a perception check.
Oh boy, I got like plus 2 of those.
Sorry, actually, make insights. Sorry, that makes more sense.
Okay, insight.
So like you can see him shoving a handgun into his waistband. So and you can infer that he was holding it against the door, which is now stuffed into his pocket. And you get a good look at him now. Did you say quaint? All right, then let's grab the guy. Bring him over here. There he is. Move him down to the right level.
Doesn't he look respectable?
Yep. And this room, it is a 1-room living area. He's got like a low kind of nook in the wall with a pipe that has a dent in it right above where his head normally is. He had like there's like clothes that are like drying from the ceiling. He's got like a little really dink stove in the corner and a little fridge and like a TV that's been bolted to the wall, and that's about it. He's gonna like sit down in his bed. He's gonna gesture to like a dresser that's on the other wall, and he's like, "So what's this about?"
I'll just like go lean against the dresser and go, well, it's a little bit early, but we thought it was about time to do a little performance review. We're just going to ask you a few questions about your satisfaction on the job, and I think that's all that we'll need.
All right.
So tell us, how has your work been since you've started? You've been here for, and I'll just like flip through my papers.
Yeah, I've been here for 6 months.
6 months. Yes.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying operating the Maglev engineering? Engineer. There you go. Being a Maglev engineer.
Maglev engineer, that's certainly a nice way to put it. Yes, I suppose it's been satisfactory. I do have the driving experience. It's fine. I almost ran over a couple of fools earlier today. Well, yesterday, standing on the middle of the track talking about something. In any case, other than that, I suppose it's fine.
I see. You've been receiving appropriate breaks and all that. Do you have any complaints to report at the moment?
Krenov's a bit of a knob. Keeps getting on my case when I take 2 minutes extra on my break. Other than that, no.
Firebrand just sort of like cracks a little smile. It's like, all right, perhaps you can tell him to harshen up and to lighten up in light of your work.
I appreciate it.
When you're over at the warehouses, do you participate in the loading?
Oh, a little bit. Got my friend Boris out there who helps me out sometimes.
And Boris, what position is he?
Boris is a loader. Drives a
I
forklift. Yeah,
see. I have it as a note that you talked with Boris frequently. You two are friends, correct?
talks frequently, yeah, I suppose.
Firebrand just sort of nods a little bit.
Well, I guess he's a friend. Only real time we've had a bad interaction was when I punched his teeth in when his team won down at the pub, but that's about it. He got over it.
Well, it didn't happen at work, so that's perfectly fine.
All right.
I'll look over at Axiom real quick just to see if he has anything he wants to add to this before I like drop a bomb or anything.
We know you stole them.
I just look over at Waldo and I go, so you haven't noticed anything unusual or out of place?
Out of place? No, can't say I have.
And then I shrug at Firebrand and I go, well, later.
Oh, well, if you insist. Well, it would look like there's been a few reports that a few, particular crates made it onto the train that weren't meant to be on it. Do you have a few accounts for these missing items?
What days?
I will go ahead and note to him the particular days in question.
He's gonna light himself a cigarette. He's gonna take a puff. Of course, being this cramped, badly ventilated room, it's going to it's not gonna be pleasant for anybody who in here does not smoke.
Fortunately, I have immunity to smoke.
Hey!
Hey!
So, and at this point, you do notice one bit that I forgot to mention, but I'm going to try and cover up.
Okay.
There is, like, obscured by all the smoke that's been in this room, there is actually a little porthole window, and you can see that you're actually below water level right now, and as like a fish swims by the little porthole.
Ooh, very fun.
And he's gonna take a drag, looking over your days, and say, "Well, I was working those days, and can't say I know too much about anything that went missing. I just drive the train. I might offload or load a couple of things, but that's mostly Boris that does that. But, Boris is a good chap. I don't think he would, smuggle anything out or in."
All right, so I assume that on the CCTV footage that we found crumpled up in the waste bin, there was like a time date stamp on.
There was.
So I go to Waldo. So you weren't helping Boris at this date and time?
Oh, geez, man. I can't remember every single time I'm loading something. I don't know. I was probably driving the train.
When
I
you're
think
driving,
you should
do
I
you
think you need to
make any
reconsider that.
unnecessary stops?
Making unnecessary stops? No. I only make stops that are quite necessary. Wait a second. Did Singh send you two here?
I'll just like turn my head a little bit. Just looking to make eye contact with Axiom for a second.
Like, with that look, he's like, fuck. That bitch never gets off my case, I swear to God. Now, alright, I'm sure
I suppose it's fair enough to drop the pretense a little bit. It is a bit of an investigation, but we have to go through the motions.
Investigation? Oh, hold on now. I said this before. I did not violate my parole. You can't take me back. He seems to be getting agitated.
I'll just like hold up my hand and go, oh no, we're just looking for missing items, and as long as we can account for them, then nobody has to care or bother us either.
Missing items, and of course you come to me. Typical. He's gonna start muttering a little bit. It's like, what missing?
Well,
Oh, then.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, we got some reliable information that you've been moving boxes around. You've been seen carrying boxes out of your maglev at this whatever date timestamp. And I go, listen, it's like my friend says here. You know how much paperwork we'd have to fill out if we actually turned you in and went through the entire chain of custody nonsense? There's at least 15 forms I gotta fill out just to show that this thing didn't fall out of the sky somewhere. And you know what? I got a pretty big weekend coming up, and I don't want to be stuck in the office filling out 15 forms. So why don't you just come clean with us and we can
Oh,
like do each other a favor?
oh well, boo fucking who? You gotta do some paperwork. Listen, mate, I'm gonna tell you what. The only time I take a box off of that train is if Boris tells me it's defective. Now, Boris told me 1 or 2 boxes are defective every week. I take them off, check them. Some other lads down at the station scan them, and we incinerate them.
Some other lads.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give us some names, locations.
Oh, Gary, Ted, I think Sue's down there. They just take them, incinerate them down in there. It's in the center station. You can't really do it sneakily. I'm pretty sure they do that to reduce shrink or something like that.
Okay. Could I go ahead and do an insight to see how, like, actually forthright and honest he's being here? Like, he has nothing to actually do with them going missing, as far as he is aware.
I would say
I'd
you
like,
can't do anything that broad. You'd have to do something specific about what he said.
Hmm. You got
I
any
just
idea
want
how to narrow
insight.
that down?
Yeah, can I detect whether he's lying or trying to misdirect?
He is trying to misdirect you a little bit. Oh shit! I should have had you do the insight. Fuck.
I mean, it's
Fun.
we'll
You did it,
roll.
gentlemen.
Roll. Oof, bad roll. All right, so he's obviously not telling you the whole truth.
All right, I lean over and I look really sternly at Waldo and I go, listen, man, you need to come clean right now, or we're gonna drop a world of hurt on you. And I
Though,
guess,
hold up. We should. None of this will need to come back to you. And while we're not authorized to deal with your parole statements, I think we are authorized to offer a bonus.
Okay, so Axiom, make an intimidation check, and Firebrand, make a persuasion check with a +2.
Persuasion, add to that because it doesn't ask me things. 27.
Okay. So he seems a little bit rattled by Axiom, but as soon as you mention like a bit of money, perks up. And it's like, all right. So I need your guarantee nothing of this gets back to any of the managers, and I won't be, you know, found guilty about what I say, right? If it's not part of your investigation, right?
As far
your
as I'm concerned, all
cooperation
I
will,
see is an innocent, hardworking man here.
Well,
yeah, your cooperation will be duly.
cooperation is duly noted. All right, it's duly noted. But if I say we're to have done a few things not under the umbrella of acts of legality, not related to the case, I would be absolved from the assistance of the case.
Yeah, sure, we'll give you your immunity deal. Absolutely. Guaranteed we will not come after you for anything related to anything outside of our investigation. You have our words that me and my compatriot here will not go against.
Are you lying?
Absolutely, because we could just report him to the manager and he could fire us.
You jerk.
Make a deception check.
Meanwhile, like, I'm over here, like, being honest about it.
Yeah.
I'm a shit liar. Could it be an intimidation check?
Not with something like that. Like you're like, sure. It's like, well, then I got nothing to say.
Firebrand will like literally turn and just like give you a punch in your shoulder. It's like, come on.
All you suits trying to step on the little guy. Listen, that's all I am prepared to divulge.
Well, then
And-
I guess we got to call the authorities.
He's gonna shrug a little bit. Guess you do. Haven't done anything.
I turned to Firebrand. I'm like, listen, man. I was trying to give this guy a break, but you know, I guess not.
Well, no, I think he's perfectly happy to take a break. And as long as you can maybe guarantee that nothing of the sort might happen in the future, then, well, I'll kind of like turn over to Axiom. You've never been really that good at double checking my paperwork anyway.
All right, all right. I mean, I really want to clear. I'm like, fuck, man. I really don't want to work this weekend. So you got me. You got me over a barrel. All right, fine, okay. Waldo, I didn't know. I didn't hear anything. I didn't know anything that's not directly involved in our investigation. And I guess, yeah, your secret's safe with us. But
He's gonna.
I don't look very happy. I'm staring out the porthole at the fish.
He's gonna spit in his hand. And he's gonna hold it out to you.
I shake his hand.
All right. It is like it's kind of like the thick smoker spit. He's gonna like grin a little bit, and it's like, all right, that's more like it. Now,
I wipe my hand on Firebrand's shoulder.
Ah!
it's like, all right, now. So, I have been performing certain activities with the goal of improving my own personal socio-economic status. Now, some of these actions may be perceived to be a violation of the common conduct code of this society we currently find ourselves in. Now, what I am currently trying to say here is I have been acquiring certain superfluous items on the side in my action of my hired action of performing the service of piloting the train. Now, this, we all know, is simply a way of life. But what I can tell, Boris, he's going to shake his head, not one of them. I can say that those boxes that I carried off, I am not smuggling them out. I'm taking one or two items from the top, and I am putting them in my bag. Consider it a adjustment for my current lowly status. And he's going to gesture around himself. Redistribution of the wealth. And I assure you, I have the items right here. And he's going to reach under his mattress. There's like a zipper sound. And he's going to pull out several what look like glass tubes. And he'll hold. Now these, I assure you, are completely benign. And they simply fetch a pretty price. It's an inflated price, I assure you. Not much is being lost from the company. They fetch a fair deal. Might be able to get me a better house.
What are these things?
They're Syzygian capacitors.
Syzygian. Is that a brand name?
Oh, I don't know. That's just what's on the box. I did my research, though. They're worth a pretty penny.
I see. I don't suppose you happen to have transmitters in that bag.
Transmitters, not that I know of.
And you don't have an Amanda, what's her name? Jesus, I have so many screens wrong.
Amanda, I don't know no Amanda.
Amanda Zoo. You don't
Amanda
have any
Zoo.
interaction with him? Yeah, you don't have any interaction?
Amanda Zoo. I don't believe so. She comes in writes up a couple things every once in a while. Might look in a couple boxes, but mostly she just marks down if they've arrived or not. Weights. Oh, that's another reason. These things weigh barely nothing. It's extremely hard to know if one's not packed in. So, if she's been doing any weighing, I must not have come up. Pretty wise, if you ask me. And he's going to wink at you before realizing what he's doing. And he's going to compose himself.
Yeah, you're an obvious master criminal.
Obviously.
Listen,
Hey! I
listen, Ralph.
simply am a
Let me give you-
redistributor.
Yeah, you're gonna have to calm down on that redistribution because the heat's on. So let me just share that little tidbit with you. And I don't know, work some overtime, get a college degree, do something with your.
Hey, man!
Hold
You
hold on,
called-
we can go for the self-critique later. Let's focus on this. So these are the only things that you're reacquiring and redistributing right now. But you don't
Correct.
remember any of the transmitters, and I'll just like take a look at the list and see like what the other item
No.
was, or this.
Oh, no, I don't know what those are. Don't know what they're worth, so, I'm not really that interested, honestly.
Well, those are the primary ones that we're concerned about that have gone missing.
I don't really
They
know.
happen to have been registered as defect boxes. Do you remember that?
Registered as defects. I did see a couple defect boxes moving out that I had not touched. I don't remember putting them on there. Can't really say who put them there. But
Where
there
would
was a bit
those
of...
records?
Hmm?
Where would those records be kept?
Those records would be kept by Miss Zoo, I believe. But, there's a bit of paper stapled onto them. Looks like a transfer from another department, maybe? I'm not sure.
Do we remember? Because I mean, we looked through all of her records.
You did look through all of her records, but there was nothing recorded there about another shipment moving out. Oh, sorry, some
Or
extra boxes moving out.
or anything marked defective that correlated with the items that that been reported stolen.
No.
Hmm.
If they marked defective, then they wouldn't have been reported stolen.
Or missing.
Yes.
All right. Well,
I
that's
think this has
certainly
been a great help.
unusual.
What do you think?
All right. Yeah. Thank you for your cooperation. Like I said, just be a little bit more careful because there's going to be a lot more eyes on the stuff in warehouse 4 now.
Well, as long as I can sell these bad boys, and he's going to clink the two ones together, I don't think I have to worry about too much more.
Well, do you happen to know the market rate for these things?
Market rate? Well, I'd say it's says a big number.
Firebrand just like reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a checkbook.
He's going to kind of squint at you a little bit.
Was that with 3 zeros or 4? I can't.
He's going to lick his lips. 4.
That's 3. But I'm gonna go ahead and write the check for those items, hand it over. You can cash that at most anywhere, and I don't think anyone's going to really bother asking anything. And if you need a future change of employment, please consider a slightly different one, as I hand him like a card for a particular company.
He's going to look at the...
It's Firebrand's.
Yeah. He's gonna look at that. He's gonna look at the check. He's gonna hold on. He's gonna screw a little magnifying lens into one of his eyes. And he's gonna look at the check very closely. He's gonna look at me. He's like, you serious?
Absolutely.
Well, I might give it a shot. And he's gonna He's gonna look at you. He's like, paper or plastic?
Well, I think I quite like the duffel bag there.
Oh, but that's my duffel bag.
I don't think
I
you'll
think
have
you go-
problems finding a new one.
Yeah, I think you can find it.
I guess you're right. And he's gonna tip it out, and like a bunch of like ratty old clothes and like some burger wrappers fall out. He puts the two. He puts the number of capacitors in there, and he hands the bag to you. You know, it's good being so cooperative.
There's always benefits.
Eh.
Well, I look forward to cooperating in the future, and I give him a big wink back at this time.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I think we're done here.
Yeah, I give him a look and go, don't spend all that on cigarettes and cheap vodka.
The good stuff.
He's gonna do finger guns at you, and it's like, how about I do that anyway?
Oh, can't stop you now. All
Cause I'm
right.
having a good time, as he slams the door behind you.
Yeah, and as he's doing that, I'm like sending a text like over to Arsenal. It's like, what the hell is a Sanguinelli capacitor or something?
All right, what is said capacitor?
Make a technology check.
Since you insist.
We have gone down every blind alley we could find in the
Yeah.
store.
Well, we had 4 shots and we took 2 shots and we missed.
So the technology is used on surveillance satellites. It is
Mhm.
something that keeps them from overheating and keeps their cameras focused.
Could it be related to the other devices that were stolen?
Unlikely.
Unlikely. All right. Were you texting me or were you calling me?
I sent you a text.
All right, text back. It has to do with satellite cameras, not related to what we're looking for.
Well, that's a shame, but I got a couple.
Yeah.
But
Scraps.
I
Go ahead.
think maybe we have an idea of who to look at next. Is it getting late at about this time?
By the way, if he does send a text back about that he has a few, said I'll take them. I've got some plans.
All right. I'll say like I'll drop him off on my way back.
You get a thumbs up emoji.
Nice.
Emojis are here, even 20XX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's getting
But
like late
they're
in the
3D emojis now.
game here though, like time for them to like actually come into work, I might suggest everyone else go back and meet Amanda Zhao at work and keep an eye on them. You two can take the train. And I will step away behind a blind alleyway and then fly off.
Nice. And so
Not that fast. I can't catch you.
yeah. So as you and as you two are standing waiting for the train, Ralph is going to walk out behind you with his with like check in hand. And he's gonna like turn. He's gonna like look around. He's gonna see Scrap. He's gonna go like, "Hey kid,
Scrapple, look at him.
guess who's a somewhat moderately wealthy man?"
He kind of like puts his finger to his chin, and he looks around. He looks back at him and goes, "You know, that's gonna be gone in like an hour. So enjoy your wealth, buddy. You're gonna do great things."
You're damn right, short round. He's seemingly
Excuse
only
me?
hearing you're gonna do good things. He's gonna shove the cigarette back into his mouth, and he's gonna start like power walking down the street.
Wait, I look at Scrap. I go, wait. I say it in a low voice so that he doesn't hear. I'm like, the check disappears in.
Wait, I missed that. You kind of cut out there. What was that?
No. I turn quietly to him and say, does this check really disappear?
I mean, I didn't do it. Yeah, whatever. This place, honestly, You're a wizard. Fuck it. I don't care anymore. Like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, I was just lifting cars in a scrapyard. Now I'm currently traveling. Well, I was traveling. It kind of points off in a general direction towards where he thinks the warehouse might be. Because I was traveling with a literal demigod. I am talking to an actual wizard, and our friend is working on high science back on his warehouse with his fancy computers. Honestly, I don't fucking know anymore, man.
That's fair.
Okay, I was just curious to know if he just created like a fake check to trick this guy to giving up all of his ill-gotten gains.
I mean, I
In
don't
reality, the check is
Oh.
totally real.
Yeah. Oh no, his stuff being real has been a problem once or twice. Like, oh, we gotta trap this thing in a concrete pyramid. Oops! Now there's a concrete pyramid on Main Street.
And
I
he
see.
also has wealth 3, I believe, or is it wealth 4?
I'm at 4.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he literally writes checks for 6-digit numbers without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
What's a good number? Just name your favorite number. I'll write it down on this.
I see.
100 billion.
You know, I don't have that
$1
liquid, but I can
million.
make it.
All right. So
If you ask for $1 million, I can just throw a gold bar at you.
yeah. So where are you guys going to now? You're going back to the warehouse?
Yeah, let's get back to the base. I mean, I guess we gotta.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
going
at this
to,
point.
Arsenal space real quick, dropping off these things for him, and then returning to the main base.
And I'm assuming by the time we get back there, enough time has gone by. He's made something, right? I mean, this is going to really take like a whole day.
It will take a while, but it's nearing completion at this point.
Can we wait for him to finish before we visit Amanda, or
I
is
mean,
it not as soon as-
it's probably going to be a few more hours.
Okay, then I guess we're going to go.
Well, Amanda should be showing up at work late, apparently. So,
Yes.
Well, let's go. Let's
so if we're
get a
at the base,
picture.
then she'll show up at work. Questionably.
Wait, hold on. Before Firebrand would have left, can he have given one of us his clipboard?
Yeah.
Perfect. I need her file, and I need a picture. And then we can just catch her at the door. And then ask her some questions. So she really doesn't have enough time to go and do anything. Like, move stuff around or be weird. I don't know. These people are crazy.
I like your style, kid. We could spook her and see how she reacts, which is pretty much the same.
I've watched enough movies. I know how this works out. If she runs, obviously she won't run very far. But, it'll be fun for a good 10 seconds. In any case,
But
yeah,
like-
let's go. Let's head back.
Thinking, yeah, 10 seconds. How long does it take me to throw a brick?
I don't even need to throw a brick. I can just meet her at her destination, which will be 20 feet away. And I think if suddenly a young teenager apparated himself in front of you, you'd stop.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
Let's do some work.
Back
Okay.
to HQ.
So you guys wait around, and you're waiting for Zoo to appear.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
I'm
So-
hanging out with the security guard because I'm thinking he's right there by the front door.
Yeah.
So I'm just I'm loitering a bit, but he can't really touch me. What's he gonna do? Tell me go away?
Yeah, he's just well, he's kind of bored. He's happy to have somebody to talk to. He's like, damn those nitty blats. They're mopping the floor with us this game.
Listen, if you guys didn't give up Jameson when you guys had the chance, you just traded him away.
Look,
For no
Jameson
reason.
was underperforming all season.
Jameson in his first 3 seasons scored more goals than we had in the last 4 previous seasons.
James is getting old. Don't worry about it.
Instead, we picked up, what was his name? Some, I don't know, Italian bastard who ironically can't play at all.
Hey, don't badmouth Radici. He made some good saves.
Radici.
Listen. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Mega City 3 has the best.
He just turns you like, shut the fuck up. Mega
Listen,
City
if
3's
we
a
wanted Mega
shithole.
City 3's opinion, we wouldn't ask for it in the first place.
Mega
Is
City
this how
3.
fights start?
Yes. Like, people are getting heated now at this point, and like as this fight is going on, you can spot somebody walk by, kind of shrink away from the argument, shake her head, and walk into Amanda Zoo's office.
I will let out a sharp whistle, like the fucking listen whistle, and wheel around on my heels, because there's no way that this person's walking past us. without doing-
Nah.
No.
Okay. So she's gonna like jump 3 feet in the air, and let me just grab her there. And she's gonna like look at you and like mime like me.
And mockingly, Scrap's gonna go, you, like point out with both fingers. And he's gonna, and I'm going to hand the clipboard over to Axiom and go, you started off, I'll assist. You know more about this than I do because I've been outside the entire time.
Fair enough. I walk up to Amanda. I walk up to the lady. I go, Amanda,
Yes.
we're gonna need to talk to you. Could you let's take this inside your office.
Oh, all right. Here. And she's gonna lead you inside. She's gonna pull up 2 chairs and sit behind her desk, and she's gonna adjust a pencil on her desk.
Remember, Craig flipped the portrait around.
Yeah, and she's gonna see the portrait, and she's going to think for a second before turning it slowly back to the place where it was. And she's going to breathe in, breathe out a couple times, look to you guys like, how can I help you?
We've been tasked with a certain investigation into suspicious activities at this warehouse, and we wanted to touch base with you, being that you are the bookkeeper for this facility, for this portion of the facility. Are you?
I didn't catch the last part of that.
No, I go. I just like. Are you not the bookkeeper for this facility?
I am. In fact, it's a good thing you came to me. I have tabs on everything that comes in or out.
Well, okay. Scrap will straighten himself in his chair. He's grinding his thumbs together. Just real quiet metallic sounds. And he's gonna go, see, now our investigation is regarding missing items. And, well, our investigation has taken us to various places in both in this facility and across this great mega city. Now, I'd like to ask you a few questions about these missing items. Perhaps you might have seen something or known someone who may or may not have had contact with them. Would that be okay?
Of course. I was the one who noticed the discrepancies first and notified Krenov, who in turn notified Carrere, and who notified you, I'm sure. I was the one who noticed that these items were missing.
Perfect. Now, I will say, me personally, I am a few steps behind in this investigation as I was doing my own leg of work, while my compatriot here did others. So he's going to ask you some questions, and he's still grinding his fingers together, and he's going to kind of rest one on the counter, and he's going to drum his fingers. I'd really appreciate it if you answered it as clearly and as succinctly as possible. We appreciate your service.
Are you trying to intimidate?
No, I'm just drumming my fingers.
Okay. So she's going to kind of nod, and is going to look to Axiom.
All right, so I basically go over the fact that the 4 items were reported missing and the discrepancy with that. And I also mentioned the fact that there is these defective items that haven't really been accounted for. And I want to know what she has to say about that.
Okay, so talking about the um so which one would you say first?
Well, let's go over the missing items. How did she
Okay.
discover they were missing, and why were they reported received when they were clearly missing?
Okay. So, the items that were reported missing, one of the floor operators who was in charge of moving them to the train notified me that the box was weighed lightly. So I opened it up, notified the proper authorities of the discrepancy. I did so with the rest of the boxes as well.
Okay, who received these items?
Who received these items? I'm not certain they were marked missing. Well, they were due to be received by, I believe, as you're going to rifle through it, it's like the task branch at Mega City 6, I believe. You're from Mega City 6, aren't you? Interesting.
Okay, so you're saying that there's no records of these items being received. How
No,
do
they
you
were.
wait? That doesn't make any sense.
No, wait. They were received here, and then they were reported missing when we were sent to ship them off to Mega City 6.
Okay, so what was the length of time between them being received and them being reported missing? We never did ask that question, did we?
It's approximately 3 weeks. And when we dated the times where these boxes were opened, judging by the scratch marks on the cases, they were around 3 weeks apart. Sorry, they were around 1 week apart each.
Now, I am sorry, I have a quick question regarding the state of the boxes when they were found. You said they had scratch marks?
Yes.
Now, when you say scratch marks, just bear with me, it's a very strange question. These were just normal wear and tear, perhaps if someone used a crowbar or perhaps just pried it open. There wasn't anything that would elicit perhaps a very like actual like as if an animal had opened it kind of sort of claw marks, right?
She's gonna. Well, of course not. They were pry bar marks. What kind of question is that?
It would not be the weirdest question I've asked today, but I just want to be certain.
Well,
Okay.
I'm glad I'm glad that's a detail we clarified. Thank you.
It's always the last thing you forget. Who knows? A stray dog could have an interest in transmitters.
Goes
And
blank.
Scrap's face will immediately die after laughing.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. Everyone's
All right,
face immediately dies.
so let's segue into the second thing. We've heard discussion that certain items were marked defective that disappeared before they were, I believe, they're incinerated.
Really? That's not possible. I have records on everything that comes in or out.
All right, I
Yes.
referenced the items that Waldo referenced as what he thought was.
You spoke to Waldo and believed him?
No, I don't mention Waldo's name. I just say, hey,
Oh.
I heard this item and this.
Oh, that were gone. It's just like, oh well, who reported these extra? Who reported these extra defective crates?
Let's just say an anonymous source.
An anonymous source. And
yeah,
she's gonna start flipping through her notebook.
as she's going through a notebook, I just wanted to make sure that, ma'am, this is an ongoing investigation. We can't divulge every detail.
Of course. She's gonna like give her thumb a lick. Keep rifling through it. She'll be like, I don't have any records on here. Normally, the standard procedure is to check in with myself on any outbound shipments, especially if there's anything unusual. I'm afraid if anyone did this, they must have circumvented my authority.
Who would have the ability to do that?
Ooh, someone of higher rank than I believe. So somebody above me in both this warehouse, but someone outside of it could also do such a thing.
Is Boris, right? There's the person that was mentioned. Is he a person
Boris.
with this kind of authority?
Boris the forklift driver? I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that's all
Now,
I got.
let's see here. So we have crates going missing. somewhere along the line and being taken for incineration. That obviously was not the case, as they were never scheduled to be there. Incineration, of course. Well, isn't this a very strange... Wow, I don't know what the hell she did, but that was amazing.
Like she's gonna lean in for a second, looking pretty intently at you, Scrap. And she's going to say, "Hold on a second." And she's gonna like kind of lean forward a little bit. "I know who you are.
Oh,
I
you
didn't know
do?
you were here."
I am here.
Uh,
And if you know who
and-
I am, you
and-
must know what I'm capable of.
Yes, I am. And she's gonna lean back. And it's like, "I'm surprised Carrere would hire someone like you to work here."
Oh. I know what this is about.
Child
I-
labor.
No, I know. He's gonna drum his fingers on the top of the picture.
That'd be so awkward. On the
And
very
he's gonna
top
go,
of the picture.
I feel like this investigation, at least in this leg, due to my involvement, may have, what's the word? Been a conflict of interest. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step out and I'm going to make a few calls. And I have a feeling that if Axiom does not have any more questions here, we might be in contact at a later point. Is that okay?